Woman Escobar for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and many thanks to our witnesses for your time today before our committee, but also, of course, most especially for your service to our country. I represent El Paso, Texas, home to Fort Bliss, a key military installation in our country. General Kurilla, as you've taken command of a COCOM that has seen a very significant redirection of resources over the last decade as the United States repositioned focus from the global war on terrorism to great power competition, you have mentioned in your testimony the threats in your AOR continue to evolve in complexity and risk, particularly in air domain. Can you elaborate on the cooperative efforts between industry and academia that are propelling the work of Task Force 99? I have long held a particular interest in making sure that we link as closely as possible to the brilliance within academia to our advantage.
Thank you, Congresswoman. So Task Force 99, that is our Air Domain Innovation Task Force. One of the things we're working with them is to shorten the kill chains. We're doing a lot of stuff with artificial intelligence and machine learning to be able to do dynamic targeting. And what we are seeing, and our goal is by this January from a year ago, to be able to increase 700% our ability to target dynamic targets in a 24-hour period. Part of that comes from our work on being able to educate our force on how to use machine learning and artificial intelligence. When we look across the entire force, one of them is our digital literacy. So how do we improve the digital literacy of the force? A lot of our younger generation that comes in, they have this. But then again, as our leaders are a little older, they may not have that. So how do we educate them? And through academia is one of the methods that we do it.
Are there some key opportunities in that area in terms of the education that you see where Congress can be helpful?
I think as we identify these, we'll certainly come to Congress if we need the assistance, but I think we have all the authorities that we need to be able to do that now, ma'am.
Great, thank you. Dr. Wallander, General Kurilla, while Russia and the Chinese Communist Party look to meddle in CENTCOM and foster financial dependencies by other countries, the United States has and will continue to provide security assistance and weapons to strategic allies in the region, just as we are currently doing in Ukraine. However, shortfalls of our domestic industrial base have come to the forefront of conversations as we look to backfill our own stockpiles for our security and that of our allies. To this point, can you outline some of the broad FMS challenges that affect your ability to maintain commitments to our ally nations, and what risk do we incur when our domestic industrial base cannot meet those FMS requirements? And we'll start with Dr. Wallander, please.
Thank you, Congresswoman. As I believe you are aware, but allow me to emphasize, the department recognizes the challenges in the defense industrial base in providing timely capabilities, for example, to Ukraine, backfilling ourselves and allies, and fulfilling a lot of those contracts. And Deputy Secretary Hicks is leading a whole-of-department focus on identifying obstacles and opportunities in relations with the defense industrial base. One of the achievements was Congress authorizing and allowing us to do multi-year procurement contracts, because that's one of the things we have heard from industry. But this is a major focus of the department, and we've already seen progress in some areas in procuring ammunition, producing and procuring ammunition more quickly, but much remains to be done, including in fulfilling many of those partner contracts.
Thank you. General Kurilla.
Congresswoman, specifically what specific munitions? We see it really on our high-end munitions, our Patriots, THAAD, and even the F-16, because but the good news there is we just had our very first F-16 Block 70 come off the South Carolina line, and that's going to be going to Bahrain, and we have orders for those for Bahrain and Jordan as well.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.